welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista and I deliver the messages and frequencies you need to align to your most authentic and abundant soul, nature, and path. Today we are doing a pick a flower reading and we are choosing from this beautiful array of carnations. My prompt for today's reading is your dreams can come true and here's why. So that's literally just my prompt. I like to just have a little question, a little prompt at the beginning and let the reading take a life of its own. So we will see what happens in those spaces. So you can choose group number 1 with this purple carnation, group number 2 with the blue and white carnation, group number 3, the orange and yellow or reddish and yellow carnation, and group number 4 with the pastel pink carnation. So choose your flower and I will see you in the reading. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista and I channel the messages and frequencies you need to align to your most authentic and abundant soul, nature, and path. So for today's reading, we are doing a pick a flower reading and my simple prompt for this reading is your dreams can come true and here's why. So whatever comes through will come through in this reading. I like to keep my prompts a little, well, at least for this one, I'm keeping my prompt short and sweet and it's kind of just like a doorway that we're kind of walking through or a door that we're opening and we're seeing what's behind it. So as opposed to being super structured in this reading, we're just sparking it with that little prompt, your dreams can come true and here's why. And we will see what messages are held within this reading for you. So you chose group number 1 with the purpley pink fuchsia carnation. And I do want to do channeled messages for this reading. So we are going to channel a message from the carnation that you chose. And let's see what she has to say to you. An accurate perception of your dreams would include the way in which you feel when living them. How do you feel in your body? How do you feel in your mind, in your spirit, in your soul? How do you feel when it comes to your self-expression and how you're being received in the world? How do you feel as a human being? Be sure to include this when you are manifesting your dreams. How do you want to feel in the world? How do you want to move in the world? How safe do you want to feel? How free do you want to feel? How connected, seen, and loved do you want to feel? Be sure to start from there and from that place of feeling, begin to manifest the external things. It all starts from within. All right. Wow. That was a really nice message. So it's pulling us into our body. The first thing that came through, especially with this beautiful, rich, deep color, it was making me think of an unfoldment of your soul and within the physical reality. And it was making me feel nurtured and abundant in the most like in-depth, the deepest way possible within your being, within your body, within your physical surroundings and like the color that exists within and all around you and those like the textures and like the texture of the relationships you have in your life, being very tangible and very real and very, it's like moving through the world knowing how loved you are and having that being reflected back to you in your relationships and your surroundings in a cellular way. So really beautiful. I love this. And I really hope for these readings that somehow in some way they help you, like you feel that frequency, you feel that energy when it's coming through and it's helping you to ground into that energy. That's my intention for these readings. So like with the prompt, your dreams can come true and here's why. I really want this to be a transmission that you receive and that truly helps you to make your dreams a reality. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading. I chose one oracle card to be an overarching theme or just maybe just the beginning message that, or the door that we're going to walk through in this reading. And from the Gateway Oracle, you got taking action. I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities. So you are being called to take action on your dreams, even in the most minute ways. There might be small mini steps that you can take towards your bigger vision in the day-to-day that you might be overlooking, and this is calling you into notice where in those micro moments you can start to take actions towards the bigger goals. This can be in terms of money. So this can be when it comes to saving money. And even if you think you can't save money or you don't have extra to save money, there's a message of even $1, like even $1. It's like I'm thinking of this incremental growth of like, say you put like every paycheck or every other week or every month, you put aside a certain amount and you decide, okay, I'm going to put this micro amount, and every time I put money in, I just have to put in at least a cent more than that. So it's like this trickling effect. It's like money trickling in, and even if it's just a couple of drops starting out, it's always growing, even if it's a penny more than what you put in the last time. So it's more intuitive, it's more expansive, but it's slow and steady, and it's like observing something pooling up slowly and steadily. So, and that could be a metaphor for anything. That can be with these micro steps towards your dreams. So let's say one of your dreams is to travel somewhere. A micro step could be to get a manifestation journal and just start writing what it's like how you'll feel when you're in that destination. Get into the energies and the feelings. Take little moments day to day to reread what you wrote and affirm it to yourself. Even in these micro things have such impact and power. And I can attest to that. One time I, just out of sheer joy and love and just wanting to put something out there of like, oh, these are the places in the United States that I want to travel. And I marked hearts on all of the places. And it was all in New Mexico, Arizona, and California. And literally the next, I think it was within a year and a half, I had unwittingly actually ended up in all of those places. And it was never a plan. I knew I was going to travel, but I didn't know that I would literally hit every single location on my maps. So it's kind of like that. Like, you don't know how powerful, like, let yourself dream, let yourself live in limitless possibility, and choose what you want from that space, and know that it's safe to do that. You're not getting your hopes up. You're not dreaming is always worth it. And the things that are meant for you will always find their way. You'll always find your way into those things as long as you're continually believing in them and continually taking as many actions within your control and possibility on the day-to-day or week-to-week, month-to-month that you can. So, alrighty. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards from the Sacred Destiny and see what other oracle cards we have. I also like in that taking action card right there, this person is leaping over a river. So there could be obstacles that you are witnessing in front of you that you are just deciding, no, I am not going to see these. Like, I know I'm called to do this. I know I'm called to, I know this dream is calling my soul, and I know it's possible, and I see these obstacles, but I'm just going to leap over them. And I know the universe has my back and will make this happen for me, even though it seems at times impossible. There is that feeling of, I just trust, and I'm going to take that leap regardless. Okay. We have opportunity, and you have literally the word action twice, and I've only pulled 3 cards. So you're really being called to take action right now. I think you're in a potent moment in your life that even the smaller actions are going to yield amazing, powerful results. So I feel like it's making me think of you're riding a wave, Or, oh yeah, it's kind of making me think of like being a surfer, and when the right wave comes, you're like waiting, waiting, waiting. And then when the right wave comes, you take it, and then you're riding it perfectly. So this is the energy that's, oh, and I didn't even, there's an ocean in this card and a wave. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, there are opportunities for you to take right now. There's a wave you're meant to ride right now. Whatever's coming to your mind is probably what that is. I don't want to make you feel pressured though. And I don't want to make you feel too urgent. And I don't want you to take don't feel, you're not going to miss the wave is the message I'm trying to say. Again, save, I just accidentally said save, so maybe saving money is like a strong message here. But you're not going to miss the wave. Just be aware that there are waves coming for you, and be willing to take even the micro actions. Be willing to be bold and brave in taking those actions, whatever they may be and however they may call you. So you have every opportunity to, there are steps you can take. And this is very much looking at the micro steps. And so many steps are being called for right now. And maybe for some of you, there may be more major steps as well. So that's up to your discernment. And so another message is that whatever you're called to right now, when you're called to it, it will feel calm and steady. It will feel inspired. It will feel like a gut push. It won't feel like, oh my God, I need to do this right now or I'm going to miss my opportunity. If those energies are present, just let them flow through. Take your time in taking whatever action steps you're called to take towards your dream becoming reality. And relax. There is just a strong message of relax. You're not going to miss your wave. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have power. Wow. And I do feel like like my solar plexus feels very activated right now. So I do feel like the power that is being, like, again, with every little micro step you take right now, so much power is being exerted into the field of opportunity, the field of like the quantum universe. Like there's so much like information going out that's like being encoded, and like I'm imagining like you taking one small action step and then like domino effect and like even action steps you've taken like years ago, all like, it's like the domino effect is all like falling and flooding into a place. Oh my gosh, how do I put this into words? So when you take the action step, you're putting it out there that you're ready, and so many different things are coming into play for your manifestation that it's like you're going to be able to manifest more quickly, because so many things that have already been set in motion like years ago, or like in the quantum field, or on like some sort of universal level that's like beyond everything, because it's like you're so aligned with what you're meant to be doing, and everything is like everything as in the universe, God, your guardian angels, your guides, the quantum field of like the earth, and it just, everything's like completely aligned for you. And so there might be something to meditating before taking action steps might be good for you, because like you can align with all those energies intentionally and like align with that sense of power and find a steadiness within that, and find like a calmness within that, and still like within that calm and steady like reality, you can take a step forward and feeling so powerfully supported, and like aware of how much support is around you, and like if there's like a humble surrender to it, and then just like, yeah, like riding that wave consciously but like slowly and with such great care and awareness. Yeah, really beautiful moment for you. Whatever little action, just please take at least one. Please take at least one action. I don't even if it's the dream journal thing, that doesn't cost any, like, even get some paper and a pen, you know what I mean? And get into those energies. If you can't take any physical action, like in the world around you towards it, you got to do something right now, because this is the moment. This will help you out in the long term. Wonders. We have wonders here. Okay. Power and wonders. And yeah, with wonders, and there's like a crystal within this universal energy there. It feels like miracles are on your side. Angels are on your side. Even people, there are certain people that are on your side helping you out, like ready to help you out or helping you out with this. This is meant, this dream that you're wanting to create right now is meant to come true for you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get into the, I've got 2 tarot card decks right now, and I think I'm going to start with the floral tarot and see what else comes through for you. I took my shoes off and I ate a banana just now. I paused the video and did that, and I feel so much more calm and grounded. The energy that was coming through was like, whoa, that was, I mean, the power that is available to you right now through your humble surrender to the universe and to your dreams and to what is for literally your dreams coming true is for the highest good. So amazing. And I'm glad I feel more grounded, but that was really powerful. Okay, let's see. What else does group number 1 need to hear about their dreams coming true and why they're meant to? Oops. All right. We have the Tower. The Ace of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles. That's like that message about everything, things that have happened in the past or things you've done in the past, just things that have been set in motion, are at play here. So it's like long-term sustained, like a long-term sustainable and sustained manifestation is at play. And I feel like certain parts of that it's like ready to come into fruition. And just as we have to harvest our crop to receive it, that's kind of the message with the taking action. It's something on your part, just a few more action steps for us to harvest, for us to reap our harvest, to reap what we've sown, or at least stage 1 of what we've sown. The sun, I love that the sun's in the middle. 6 of Cups, 9 of Wands, 8 of Cups. All right. You are meant to feel free, to feel vulnerable and like in your exposure, in your vibrancy, in your light. You are meant to feel free to be fully embodied in your light, fully embodied in all of who you are, including your inner child. And what you're manifesting in the world is a creation of an environment in which your inner child feels safe to exist freely, regularly. Your inner parent, of your inner child, will always be there because we live on earth, when the time comes to be protective, that part of you is still intact. But again, what you are manifesting is an environment where that part of you, that vulnerable inner child, that fun-loving, bright light, free and trusting part of you can just exist regularly. So this could be a manifestation of material abundance that allows you to create that environment for yourself. This could be a self-sustaining business that you could be creating, or the words, okay, self-sustaining entity, self-sustaining, like you're one self-sustaining entity. That's coming through. I'm having a hard time translating that. Okay, well, this sun card, it does hold a flower in the center that kind of looks like a chrysanthemum. I'm not exactly sure what the flower is, but the roots of it, like it almost looks like a tree. And so with the word self-sustaining entity coming through, what you're creating is going to be so well cultivated. It's as if it's a self-sustaining oak tree. So the oak tree, once it gets to a certain point, the person who grew it from a sapling, or I don't know if that's the right word, from a seedling, like a little plant, the person who had to cultivate that plant and make sure it was growing well is not needed. In fact, a lot of times I guess it's not needed when it grows out in nature, but that's not the metaphor I'm talking about here. So it's whatever it is you're manifesting and creating in the world will one day take such a form that it is so self-sustaining and ever providing for you. And it's something that you can always rely on, that's a part of the nature of your existence, and is so incredibly rooted and stable and grounded that even a tornado could come through and it's not going to knock it over. It's a powerful, strong, rooted oak tree, basically. And it's interesting because, if there has been any impatience, or if you feel like this journey has been taking a toll, or if you wonder if anything will ever come of it, it's kind of like, I feel like laughter coming through about that, because it's almost like, wow, like little do you know what you're really building is so self-sustaining and so powerful and rooted that it will last forever. It's so true. And so when these beginning sprouts start to come through, when these beginning, like the fruit of your labor and the fruit of your work and the fruit of what you've been building starts to come through, even in the littlest bits, that's only the beginning of the journey. That's only like stage one of the harvest. It's almost like a plant as well, that like for the first couple years you don't get anything, and then for the first year you get a harvest, it's only a little bit, and then like it grows, like every year the harvest is bigger and bigger and bigger. It's something like that. So there's really nothing you can do to stop this harvest from coming through, so long as you continue on the path and walking and like sowing your seeds and taking those action steps and walking like deeper and deeper into this, like committing more deeply and more deeply into what you've been committing yourself to. I know I haven't given a lot of details about that, because I do believe it's obviously we're all so different, and what we're building in our lives is so different, and the message is deeper than just what you're creating. It's more about, and I'm really proud to channel this message actually, because if it's multiple people who are actively creating something that's so rooted, like I really feel it deep down in the roots in the soil, and it's so nurtured and so loved down there, and it feels like everything that could have gotten in the way of it rooting itself in the grounds of your soul has been cleared away, and it's so safe down there. There's nothing that's threatening it. It's something that's just growing and it's thriving, and it's because of you and how much you've nurtured it. And this could be on so many levels, in the physical world, in your emotional world, and in the roots of your soul and your soul's experience and your healing like journey. There are so many levels to it. It feels very like a cohesive ecosystem, and there's nothing to worry about. Like, there's nothing to worry about. You're on the brink of a harvest, and it will only grow from there. So you really have, I just keep wanting to tell you, you have nothing to worry about. You're so safe in this. And I know it's been a long journey, but we're walking away from the old. Like, this is a final walking away from circumstances that you've outgrown. This is a final, like, you are receiving what you need to move forward into this sense of safety, into this sense of freedom, ability to be fully yourself in the world. And it does very much feel like you're finally getting the physical needs, like the material needs for this part of your soul to feel safe existing in the material world. So really, really beautiful. I mean, the old is crumbling, and it feels like what's crumbling, I mean, we have the tower here, and it feels like what's crumbling is everything that was a reflection of your old mental and spiritual and emotional state, any feelings of lack or unworthiness that ever created, physical circumstances that reflected that back. Like, that's all, like, the physical. It's like you've done enough inner work, and that part's good, and now it's just like the physical reflections, like those final reflections are crumbling away. We're entering into a new abundant physical reality, a new way of interacting with your reality, a new way of knowing that the physical world bends to the divine world and the healed state within you. It's a new interaction with the physical world, completely new. And there's something with faith here, your faith and your knowing of when you take steps towards whatever it is you're building, your knowing and faith that the physical world will kind of bend to your steps, and that intention that you're putting out there is going to be strengthened even more, because you're going to have witnessed it happening in your life in such a profound way. So everything's changing, everything. And we're walking away, like, our old life is going to be like, our old life. And when I say old life, I just mean any ways in which you have interacted with the world that were out of lack or an unhealed state. That's crumbling, and this new, healed, more grounded, more rooted, more feeling safe and fully expressed and free is more of your interaction with the physical world. So we're kind of walking through this transition right now, and it might be a little scary. The Tower card does sometimes, most of the time, have this element of insecurity, because things that have used to give us security or feelings of safety are crumbling away. And so there is kind of like that instability, unsafe, almost like worry feeling. But once we're through to the other side, we'll realize that we are safe, and every part of us and relationships that were meant to stay are still there. They're even more healed. The parts of our lives that were always meant to stay are still there, and we'll realize there are so many elements that we were afraid that we would have had to let go of that are still there, just like existing in a new form now. So you're safe. You're safe in this transition. I'm going to pull a few more cards from the Flower Child Tarot, which I've been using this deck a lot lately, but I'm just obsessed with it. So I might keep using it a lot, and I hope you're okay with that. But I just want to pew a full more pew. That's weird. Maybe there's something about church pews, because pews, that's interesting. Maybe there's something you need to hear, like, from the divine, like I just, like a prayer and surrender and listening to divine guidance. Like, there's like a sermon almost that wants to come through, like a download, like a teaching. That's interesting. And it's like, sit in your pew, sit in your pew and listen, and get that download, get that message, and and it's almost like a correction, you know, like, but it's like a happy correction from like a loving parent in a way. Like it's, okay. A few more cards and then we'll wrap this group number 1 up. What else is there? Let's see. Aw, yeah, the 5 of Pentacles, the energy was really present through this because I was thinking like feelings of lack that you've experienced in the past, that being healed, and that physical reflection of lack being healed as well. Like we're now existing in a physical abundance and we're witnessing that with our very eyes, and we're standing in gratitude, and we're standing in that like schooling that, wow, I was right all along. Like God was right all along, you know, like the divine was right all along. And I wish I never have questioned them that, you know, these things would come to pass in the material world. And so it is just that loving, like, see, I told you so. And this is the way you can experience life. You're safe to experience life. Let's see what else. You got the 9 of Wands again. So yeah, this has been a harrowing journey. This has been, and the 9 of Wands is that message of one last push. Just keep going. You've just got one last push. Keep going. Believe in what you're going after. Keep your faith. Take those action steps. Just believe 100%. And a lot of energetic belief too. We're doing balanced. It's a balance here, like energetic belief and physical action aligned with that energetic belief. We've got the 10 of Cups, which right next to the Sun, and those cards are really harmonious and beautiful together. You are entering into this beautiful time where you are going to feel free and abundant, and you got yourself here. We've got 2 10s in the reading so far as well. 10s are completion, closing of a cycle, the new beginnings, like 1 is a new beginning. We've got an Ace of Pentacles here as well. That's another 1. So believe in this new beginning, and there is this feeling of the correction feeling that was coming through. And I kind of resonate with this energy as well. It's like I've been in places where I've been in full-blown belief of my ability to manifest and create what the life of my dreams. And then I've been in these 9 of Wands, you know, energy of like exhaustion and feeling like, when, oh my God, like almost there, not quite yet. And there's this feeling of having lost a little faith within the 9 of Wands energy, and realizing that you never like, or like even there's a feeling of like compromising or thinking, okay, well, maybe I don't get to have that 10 of Cups, you know, Sun energy, like my fullest and happiest dreams coming true, complete emotional fulfillment, all my needs being met, 10 of Pentacles, like long-term stable, like financial freedom, like whatever it may be. Like maybe I don't get to have that like epitome of my dreams being met, those highest of high dreams. And there is this, schooling message of like, you were wrong to have compromised or to lower your standards. You were wrong to have done that because you get to have it all. 4 of Cups. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much the same message. It's like, the 4 of Cups feels like a message of settling. It feels like with the cup, like it's the divine's holding a cup out, and the person here is sitting with their 3 cups, and they're not even looking at the cup the divine is handing to them. And they're almost like in this disappointing mode of like, I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm not going to look at that cup because I just don't believe it. And there's a message here that was never necessary. And that was more of a self-protective mechanism so that you don't feel disappointed again. And it was never, yeah, you're kind of feeling like humbled to that. Like, oh, wow, like I kind of wish I never settled, or I wish I never would have lost track of the truth. One more card. That's it. 10 of Swords. It is done. It is over. That old cycle, and while the ending might have been painful, like, wow, like, these Nine of Wands energies might have gotten to us and made us lose our faith. And maybe there along the way we've had to let go of things that didn't serve us anymore, but we had resistance around. Maybe it hurts to move on because we do love who we were in our old energies, and we do love where we were to some extent, and we did have this attachment or connection to it. But it's time. It's over. It's dead and gone. I mean, this is the third 10 of the reading, and the 10 of Swords in particular is about endings and painful ones, you know? So maybe this has just been a really tough ending because of internal and external attachments and whatever it may be. There's just an honoring of, I know this has been difficult, but this beautiful Sun 10 of Cups energy is just around the corner, and we're just tying up all the loose ends, and it's time to release. It's done. I don't know how else to say it. Like, it's time to move on. So, yeah, alrighty. Okay. So I think this was your message, group number 1. Really beautiful message. I am honored to channel for you. If you'd like to be supported by me in a more in-depth month-to-month way, I do have a Patreon account where I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month. One is more internally focused, which is more about your connection to the self and your healing journey. One is more externally focused, which is more about your manifestations, your life purpose, what you're creating in the world around you. And with the internal based reading, I do offer an infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing every month. So if you're interested in that, there's a link down below. If you'd like to leave me a tip / buy me a coffee, I've got a link for that as well. I also have really cute merchandise that has my Bee and Flowers logo on it with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human." If you'd like to check out other infinite prayer sessions, there is a link down below as well. Those are energy healing sessions along with guided visualizations, and they're connected to different readings here on YouTube. I think that's it. If you'd like to check out my other YouTube channel, it is called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form. There's a link down below for that as well. So thank you so much again for being here, and I hope to see you in my Patreon or in another reading. Thank you. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and I deliver the messages and frequencies you need to align to your most authentic and abundant soul nature and path. So for today's reading, I am simply offering the prompt, your dreams can come true, and here is why. And it's going to be as simple as that. That is the door that we're going to open to your messages, to this reading, and we're just going to see where it unfolds and where it takes us. So you chose this really beautiful blue and white carnation. I'm obsessed with it, and I kind of almost want to show you. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Can you see like all the little intricacies of the petal, like the veins of the petals? So beautiful. I know this is dyed. Well, I don't know. I think they like somehow place it in some sort of dye and then it comes up through the flower. Anyway, I don't really care. It's really beautiful, one way or another. So that could be some sort of message about like your touch on something natural, like your artistic touch making it even more amazing and beautiful. But I am going to do a channel message from the flower. So let's just see what he has to say. There's something about like waving a flag of freedom that came through. Super random. Blue could be a powerful color for you, or a significant color for you. If you see a lot of if you see blue lights, this could be a message, like an energy of a spirit guide that is constantly with you, or a loved one. Something about blue, because I just kept hearing blue, 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 blue. So however that lands with you is however that lands. Let's see what else. There's like rhyming words coming through, like awesome blossom. That's interesting. And even ones that don't make sense, like flossom, crossum, dossum. Sorry, this could mean nothing. It's so random. Usually I'll get like a coherent message from my flowers, but this one's very like pieced, random and pieced together, like the word, literally the words flippity floppity flu just came through. Like, this is so random. Okay, so it's making me think of an artistic endeavor and how in which, like when you're creating art, sometimes it's like chaos in the beginning, like when you're putting something together and you're just going with your intuition. It might feel messy or chaotic at first, but when it comes together, it's like this beautiful creation that is like so powerful. And it's making me think of like the Big Bang and like, you know, universes being created from chaos. So if you're feeling chaotic right now in your life, just know that it's because, or if the energies around you feel chaotic, just know it's because something beautiful is being created of your life, and transformation, profound transformation is taking place. And find safety in that knowing. So if you can just find a sense of safety within your own being and in the trust and knowing that everything is falling into place the way it's meant to, it's just being reorganized, then you can walk through this feeling. It's just this feeling of you're allowed to feel safe in this. And this is not supposed to be scary or crazy or overwhelming. Like, you're safe. So yeah, that's the main message from the beautiful blue carnation that you chose. We're going to go ahead and just get into the reading. You chose, yes, the oracle card that you chose from the Gateway Oracle is expecting miracles. Miracles are blossoming in my life. So again, it's a knowing of what is being created is a miracle. It's almost like how people say the earth being created with how like all of the perfect elements coming together for humans to exist on earth. I mean, that is it. It feels like a miracle. And it feels as though whatever's going on around you, within you, throughout your experience of life right now is giving birth to a miracle in your life. And miracles don't have to be like, you know, all of a sudden you're able to fly or something like that. Miracles can be like, it feels like a miracle to you. So I'm getting the example of someone who grew up with a lot of wealth, and all they know is abundance, like physical abundance, having their needs met and more, and all their desires at their fingertips, you know, all the opportunities at their fingertips. Like, to them, that type of reality is not a miracle, it just is. But to someone else who grew up in poverty, them coming to a place where they're able to live in that type of reality is a miracle. So it's something that's a miracle to you, that feels like a miracle to you, is going to become reality. It's going to be just old hat. This is what it is. This has always been what it is. And this is how I feel in it. And it feels steady and safe within your being. There's an extra sense of gratitude, of course, because of where you came from. But there is a stability and a groundedness within it in knowing that this is how it is and how it has always been meant to be for me. So so I want to pull some oracle cards from the Sacred Destiny and see what else comes through for you. Yeah, there might be something with like the violet flame or like the color purple, like purpley blue, because the purple in this and then with my flowers and amethyst are really beautifully speaking to me right now. So could be a connection to Archangel Michael, or I know they call that the violet flame. I'm not 100% sure exactly what that is, but I know it's a thing. It makes me think of Archangel Michael. There's a Saint Germain. Is it Saint Germain? I think he has something to do with the violet flame. I don't know, just kind of want to mention that. Let's see what we get in your oracle cards. Okay. We've got action, which came through in group number 1. And we've got inner peace. There are koi fish here. Pleasure. courage. So far, 2 of these cards have ocean waves cresting against a shore, and I just want to pull one more. Release. There's room up here, so I just wanted that to come through. Maybe there isn't room. I guess you can't really see it that well, but I'm gonna scooch everything so we can see everything. Yeah, there we go. It just says release, and it's a tree with flowers. Or what am I saying? A fall tree with leaves falling. Okay. And the first card that is sticking out to me is this pleasure card. And there is a deer there's an entrance here, a moss-covered entrance. And there are steps going up to the entrance. It's feeling like a spirit guide beckoning you into an experience of, it feels like the pleasures of the sensory world, and feeling rooted, like even as I'm speaking to it, it's feeling like a rootedness in my root and sacral chakra, and really a connectedness to my humanness, and the pleasure that being a human is meant to like evoke, or it's an awakening to the reality of the pleasures of the physical world and being human. I just want to mention, I did with this deer here, and even the size of the deer and everything, it is making me think of, well, earlier today I was driving out to the lake and there were a bunch of deer like just flying across the road. So I slowed down pretty early on. And then there was one deer who lingered and just stood in the middle of the road, just staring at me, just hanging out for a minute. And I was just like, okay, like, are you going to go? Like, what's going on here? And I don't know. I just wanted to mention that. I don't know why. I mean, deer could be significant spirit animal for you. It could be, there could be a spirit. I feel like this is alluding to a spirit guide guiding you. This is a being in the spirit world that is with you, that is guiding you through to an experience of physical, of like connection to the physical world that's more satiating, that feels safe, that feels whole and rooted and connected. Like, you are safe to feel pleasure as a human. It is safe to love being human and love being on the earth. In fact, it's necessary. It's necessary to embody that energy as a human being on the earth. We need more people who are able to access their sense of pleasure and connect to that and that frequency. Because I'm thinking of New Earth. I'm thinking of the building of New Earth. And that building, that constructing of New Earth, is coming from our relationship with it. And our relationship with the earth is meant to be one of pleasure, gratitude, peace, love, connectedness. Like, our relationship to the earth is meant to feel profoundly good. The relation, like, because it's our home, it's our mother, it's our sustaining force. Like, it is who we are of it. And so, yeah, there's this really strong message to root into your ability to experience that pleasurable reality within your body and within the physical world. So I hope that hit the way it meant to hit. And, but yeah, it's making it with courage, release, and even action and inner peace over here. It's making me think of, or it's giving me this feeling of inner healing. It's making me think of processing something in our being that has been holding us back from experiencing pleasure in a way that takes courage of us. So this could be childhood trauma or wounding that you confront and you deal with, and you are courageous in the pursuit of healing. There's a tenacity here. There's a unrelenting force of healing that will not back down until it's fully healed. It's connected to our body, our senses, our sense of safety in the physical world. So however that resonates for you, it's going to be different for everybody, but those are the main things it's connected to. And that ability to feel pleasure, you know, like that right to feel that sense of pleasure. It is a birthright to feel pleasure in our bodies and in our relationship to the world around us and to the people around us. So however that lands, we're going to leave that right there. I'm going to go ahead and pull some tarot cards from the Floral Tarot and see what else comes through. This complete healing, this relentless healing is really coming through, and a message that is saying you can heal. You can fully heal and enter into a pleasurable state of reality, and without intrusive energies, without what felt like it could never be healed, like something that felt like it could never be healed being in the way of your experiencing your birthright of pleasure. Complete healing. Belief in complete healing. Okay. Three of Swords. That makes sense with this message of healing. It is about heart healing. It's about it's an emotional healing. It has to do, a lot of times I feel like this type of healing would have to do with relationships and how relationships in the past have harmed you, and moving forward into new relationships. And that could, that makes sense to me because it's this physical safety and pleasure has a lot to do with our relationships. So yeah, a profound healing is happening in your being right now. And your dreams and desires to experience healthy, harmonious relationships full of pleasure and love and fun and connectedness, and even our sexuality, our sensuality being healthy and healed and balanced. That is what you're walking through right now. And I can say with complete confidence that a complete healing is possible for you. And in whatever form it looks like a healthy relationship looks for you, it's possible. Your dreams, like your highest ideals for what a potential relationship looks like and feels like, is possible for you. And of course, there are no perfect relationships, but this is just a message that there's something out there for you that's beautiful and harmonious and is very supportive of you as a soul being, and there's so much growth and expansiveness within that potential relationship. Like you're just your greatest ideals. Like you get to have your dream relationship. It's possible. King of Wands. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. Hell yeah. Ooh, the Devil. I think that makes sense. It kind of wanted to be reversed. I don't typically do reversals, but I take note if the energy kind of felt that way. The Devil being reversed is really actually really good. So I think it's with the Devil wanting to be reversed, it really felt like you freeing yourself of old ways of being when it comes to the types of relationships you've attracted in the past due to trauma, or due to old or just due to your upbringing, or just old energies that had you trapped in certain ways of thinking about your worthiness. Those chains being broken, that's what it feels like. Chains falling off of you and being broken, and you being reborn in a sense that it's more effortless for you to attract what's truly good for you, and it feels good when it comes in, and you recognize that it's good when it comes in, it's like the old energies you attracted, you're much more confident and aware to recognize those as well. And there's no desire there anymore. There's no insatiable attraction to what only reflects our wounding back. We're aware of it, we see it, and we're like, no, I don't want that anymore. But when the good things come in, we're aware of it, we see it, and we're like, yes, that's where I want to go. So there's a huge shift happening in how we're relating with people. One more. We've got, I didn't mention, we have the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Sun. Again, the purpley colors are popping out quite a bit to me, first and foremost. And there's a message about your crown chakra. You're going through a healing of your crown chakra, a balancing of your crown chakra. There is a new found sense of wholeness and worthiness that you are embodying in the world around you. It's an effortless acceptance of it, of knowing your worthiness without it being inflated or inflated into ego. There's a balanced, humble acceptance of your divinity and your worthiness of good. And it feels good. It feels grounded. It feels safe. And it's like the crown on your head is like just getting adjusted, and it's making me think of a flower crown. Really, I'm thinking of a flower crown, and like a beautiful, naturey, organic crown on our head that just feels right and feels human yet divine. And that's the energy we're entering into. Half of the cards I've pulled as far as tarot goes so far are major arcanas. So this is alluding to a massive shift in your life. But there's this feeling of balance. There's this feeling of like huge change in your life, but it feeling so grounded and right that it doesn't feel scary. It doesn't feel overwhelming. It feels meant to be. It feels safe. You're walking into so much change, and it feels like the reason that it feels safe and grounded is because you've already been through all of the scary parts of the release. It feels like more than anything, this feels like such an inner healing that you've walked through that's now, it's like finalizing and integrating and becoming embodied. And so it feels just like a natural progression. The Queen of Pentacles juxtaposed with this Knight of Swords is pulling me in because they're two very distinctly different energies. King of Wands is peeking in too, but Queen of Pentacles is this grounded, nurtured, stable, protective energy. Knight of Swords is like the word relentless, like action-oriented, going for what you want at all costs, making moves. And then we've got the King of Wands with this powerful, again, action-oriented, creative, protective energy. I'm feeling a push, because again, this is a healing journey you're walking through, and I'm feeling this push. It's like one last push into this next phase. One last little evoking of courage to really move through into the miracle of the healing that wants to happen within your being. There could be a little bit of fear where the journey that it's taken to get to this point has been harrowing, has been scary, has been a lot. And so to take one last step into this beautiful, new, healed, whole place, it's almost like there's resistance around it because we've gotten ourselves to such a stable place compared to where we were, that it's just a little bit of resistance, and there's a call to action. I mean, action is right here above King of Wands, and King of Wands is about action, confident action. And there is this little nudge, push, or maybe not even little, it's kind of a big one, into the completion of this healing journey that you've been on. We're on the other side, again, when those initial energies, that experience of pleasure and connectedness in your human form and in the world around you is available to you, and is the embodiment, is just your normal every day-to-day life. So yeah, there's one last push and encouragement here. Literal encouragement, like courage. It's like one last push through, like with courage, into the new reality. I don't know how else to put this. I feel like I could be giving you more, but I don't know how else to word it. I'm going to pull some more tarot and see what else comes through. All right, what else does group number 2 need to hear on this manifestation journey they're on this dreams come true journey they're on? Okay, we've got the Tower again. Okay, so I'm going to just channel this right here. So we've got the Tower followed by the Star. And that is the natural progression in the tarot, 16, 17. The Star comes after the Tower. So there might be some, like a little bit more release that needs to happen for this healing, this complete healing to take place. This is very much a root and sacral chakra healing. And the solar plexus is coming in as well, because there is this action oriented, like a motivation to really tackle this and really overcome it in a way. There's a promise here. A promise that when you take this next step towards healing, and in your next step, you believing in complete healing and not taking anything else, for like not taking no for an answer, like I am healing this, it is going to be done, and I'm not going to settle for anything less than a complete healing here, so that I can move forward and really move on from this phase of my life, really move on from this pain, this trauma, this whatever it was that affected me for so long. I'm going to finally let go of it, and I'm going to enter into this Star energy. I'm going to enter into this hope energy and really believe in it and push forward and know that it's possible. Again, what the heck? That's crazy. You got the Knight of Swords again. It's like, take action on this, move forward on this, quit lingering around and lingering in the in-between. Like, it's time to fully heal. It's time to move on. It's time to truly believe that this healing, like, it's possible. And it's wild. I mean, the Tower is literally right next to this Tower card, and the Knight of Swords is right next to this Knight of Swords in the same way. It's like a movement forward from left to right. Like, we're moving forward, we're taking action, we're believing in complete healing, and then we're going to stand on that healing moving forward. The King of Cups and the Page of Wands. The energy over here, it feels like this is what we're walking into. This emotionally balanced, healthy, proud, grounded, loving. There's this like leadership kind of quality coming through, and you feeling, once you've walked through this healing and you've come to the other side, you'll be able to guide other people through a similar type of healing. You'll be in that mastery state of, I overcame something that was really difficult, and really that I've overcome. It could be trauma, it could be something that was incredibly heavy, and I now see and feel full healing, and I'm able to, I'm able to help others walk through this healing from here on out. And Page of Wands is inspiration. It is new, it's action. Like, pages are new energy and wands are action oriented. And so it's this new step I'm able to take, and a new sense of inspiration from this more emotionally stable place where I am clear about what I want to do with it and where I want to go. And I am happy and excited to guide others through a similar journey and to see them through to the other side, to see them through to full healing. Sometimes there are these messages, and like I've heard messages before about healing or just people who think that like complete healing of trauma isn't possible, or that it's got to be some forever long, lifelong journey. And sometimes that may be true for some people, but the message that's coming through for you here right now is to expect miracles, and expect and know that the miracle of complete healing is possible within your physical being, your emotional being, your sexual being, your mental being. Wounds are meant to be healed. Inner balance is meant to be found. And us believing and having faith in that complete healing is not irresponsible. It would be irresponsible to avoid the reality that you need healed, or to pretend like you don't need healed, or that there's not something there. But it's not irresponsible to believe in complete healing and to walk towards it to its completion. So take that message as you will. And not to say that some healing journeys aren't long and arduous and can be scary and can feel like they last forever. But I mean, my personal belief, I do believe in complete healing. So, and I juxtapose that with the belief that being human will always be imperfect, and that the human journey is non-linear and has highs and lows, and those two beliefs can exist at once. So whatever brings you a sense of truth and comfort and stability and strength is what you should embody, like somewhere in between the reality of humanity, of being human, being never perfect, always imperfect, but also perfect at the same time, and miracles being real and complete healing being possible. So wherever your truth lands, let that land and go for it with full force. What brings you contentment? What brings you peace? Walk towards that. What brings you healing? If it brings you healing to realize that something may never heal, then walk towards that. If it brings you healing to full force believe in a miracle healing and a complete healing, and you being able to experience that in the physical world and see it reflected back to you in the world around you, walk towards that, So I love this message. It's your choice. It's what lands with you, what makes you feel whole. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else I need to channel here? This is a really beautiful message. Is there anything else? I kind of want to pull one more Gateway Oracle card just to top off the reading. One last little message for you. Following your bliss, my soul sings with joy. You are worthy of bliss. You are worthy of joy. You are worthy of being happy. You are worthy of knowing what true, like the unfoldment of true happiness in your being and in the world around you feels like, unencumbered by intrusive energies, unencumbered by sadness or loss or pain. You are deserving of knowing what true healing and happiness and joy in your being feels like. And I want you to just take that with you and know that it's possible. And even if it feels like it would be a miracle in some cases for you to experience joy in some realm of your life where maybe some of you have maybe never experienced joy, I think walking away with the knowing that it's possible is really important. And still finding contentment and safety and groundedness in whatever reality you're existing in the meantime. So yeah, okay, so that's your message. Thank you so much, group number 2, for being here. I'm honored to channel this message for you. If you'd like to be supported by me in a more in-depth way, I do have a Patreon where I offer 2 in-depth Pick a Flower readings every month. One is externally based, which is more focused on your manifestation journey. One is internally based, which is more about healing, your connection to the self. And in that internally based reading, with it anyway, I offer an in-depth infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing every month. So there's a link down below for that if you're interested in that. If you'd like to leave me a tip / buy me a coffee, you can do that. There is a link down below for that as well. I also have merchandise that's really cute. Is my Bee and Flowers logo with the phrase "Hello, lovely human" on it. You can check out my other infinite prayer sessions, or you can check out my other YouTube channel, which is called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form. Thank you so much for being here. I am honored by your presence, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and I deliver the messages and frequencies you need to align to your soul's most authentic and abundant path. For today's reading, I am doing a Pick a Flower reading, and my prompt is "Your dreams can come true, and here is why." So that prompt is the door that we are opening or walking through to the messages that want to come through. I'm leaving it wide open, and we're just going to get right into it. So you chose the yellowy, orange, and red carnation. So, beautiful colors, reminding me of solar plexus and root chakra, power vibes, rooty, just sun power vibes coming through. I do channel messages from the flowers from time to time, and we are going to do one for your reading. So let's see what your beautiful carnation has to say to you. You are a powerful being made of love and sunshine and starlight and spring flowers, oak leaves, tree bark, and even soil and earth, dirt. You are a powerful fortress of protection, of love, of truth. You are a strength giver. Your energy lends strength to others when they need it or when they can't find it within their being. There's something about you that's so powerful and strong, and you may not even recognize just how strong you are and just how much you give strength to others, but it's there. It's a part of who you are. It always has been. There's a feeling here of honing it, learning how to channel it in a healthy way, in a powerful way. There's a feeling here of beautifying the world around you just by being yourself. There's an acknowledgement in your being that wants to come through of your own goodness, power, and beauty, and how that affects the world around you in a way that is humble, in a way that is aware. You are so powerful, and there is a way in which you can embody this power in this. It's like a matter of fact, this is who I am. I'm embodying it. It's okay if it's intimidating to others. That's not my intention. I'm walking in love, but I'm not going to deny my power anymore. Okay, so that's the main message from the carnation. It's about what came through really was this simple acknowledgement of one's own power. And I was imagining like the Queen of Pentacles. I was imagining you embodying this energy where you're walking through the earth as this self-sustaining, abundant being, full of power to change the world around you, to manifest, to instantly create. Like as I was imagining the Queen of Pentacles, she's walking in nature, and she is like wildflowers are growing all around her. It's like her essence and her energy just evokes new growth and beauty. And like if she wanted to reach out her hand and powerfully manifest some sort of crop, like if she wants to grow corn, she could just reach out her hand and what's the word? Invoke it. She invoked the corn to grow out of the ground, or it's just this powerful manifester who's so connected to the earth plane, and she's got a mastery of it, and it's balanced. It's not imbalanced. It's not something where she's using the earth. It's where she's working with the natural abundance of the earth. So this is your energy. This is something you're about to embody, this beautiful, magical, manifesting queen energy. And I'm here for it. And let's see what your oracle card is from the Gateway Oracle cards. I mean, come on. You got coming into power. I'm like a little mind blown that this is your card, honestly. What the hell? I did not pick this. Like, part of me thinks people are going to think I just like knew what this card was before I said all that. But it says, I step into my power boldly and confidently. Wow, so pretty. This is reminding me of one time when I went to New Mexico, and I have footage of it. If you look at my other YouTube channel, it's called Soul Hearken. There's a link down below to it. There's a video called The Inheritance Embodied that I made not too long ago. And I think it's in the opening of it, I'm standing on these rocks in New Mexico, and there's like a tree like this. And strangely enough, when I did go to New Mexico, that I did come into this sense of manifesting power and my awareness of it, and my awareness of my worthiness of creating my dream life. Like, sky's the limit. I can create any life I want. I'm aligned with the earth. I'm aligned with my higher self, and I know I can do this. And so that energy is really coming through this. And then the magical manifesting queen energy that I kind of mentioned in there, that was something I had traveled over to Arizona, and I remember feeling that magical manifesting queen energy, and I was saying it to myself out loud in my car. I remember just being like, holy shit. And I was awakening to my own power. And this is a power that we all have, you know, this manifesting power that's in harmony with the earth, and it's coming from this pure place. And this is what you're stepping into and embodying. So wow, yeah, this is really beautiful. I'm really proud of you for how far you've come to get yourself to this point, because it's not easy to truly learn to embody it, because it feels like, I mean, I'm going from my experience. I came into that energy a few years ago, and then I ended up hitting this, like really soon after, hitting a wall. And I ran straight head first into everything that was in the way of me being that person. And so I had to heal, and I had to release, and I had to take time to confront all of it and let go of old ways of being, old attachments, root chakra stuff, ancestral stuff. Like, it was a journey, and I'm finally on the other side of it, where I'm feeling free again to embody that energy, but from a more grounded, whole place. And I've created room in my being for this light and this power to come in. And there's a resting place for it that's safe within me now, because I've healed. And so I don't know if that, I've never shared that with anyone on this channel, you know, so maybe that is ringing true to you. If you've come into your power, you've come into awareness of your power, but then you hit walls, or you're hitting a wall, I just want to give you that comfort in knowing that's meant to be, and it's to clear out room for this power to exist in your body and your being freely. So let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards from the Sacred Destiny Oracle and see what else comes through. Oh, and a messy. This one flew out. Opportunity. Okay. that card came out in group number 1 as well. I always find it interesting how often the same cards come out for the different groups, because I am blending them very well. I mean, I guess they might have some sort of charge to them because they've been used, they've been handled free, or even like literal oils on them. That might, but either way, I mean, I think it's cool that sometimes the same ones come out. All right. Okay, here we go. We've got standstill. Ooh, that's interesting. It's a weird juxtaposition or contrast to the energy. And simplicity. Ooh. Forgiveness. All right. I'm definitely curious what this is. Okay. So there's a message here. I feel like we're talking about manifestation and embodying our power to manifest. And with simplicity, standstill, and forgiveness, if you've been in a standstill, there is such purpose to where you're at, and power to where you're at. And it's meant to be like this. And there's a simple solution. There's a simple fix. There's a simple shift that wants to happen in your being. And it's subtle. But it's more powerful than anything else that you could do. So there's this feeling of going into manifestation or slowing down and being more aware of your body and your being and your steps on a day-to-day basis, being more connected to your reality, even if it's not exactly where you want it to be, being more embodied, being more aware and present in your life as it is. And a lot of that is not just what's going on physically, but what's going on emotionally, what's going on in your mind, and your emotions feel strong. Like, what's going on in your emotional world? How do you feel about where you're at right now? Do you feel, and it's like letting yourself explore and dig into that. Like, okay, I feel numb, maybe I feel numb, and it's like you think you feel nothing, but numbness is a feeling, so I feel numb. Why do I feel numb? Or just sit with the numbness, at least just be with the numbness, and let, because there's always something underneath it. One second, my kitty wants in. I feel like she's been wanting to come in for a while now. Oh, she's saying hi. Yay. Aw. All right, she's gonna sit in my lap during the reading. Sometimes she does this, it's so sweet. Her name's Winnie, by the way. But okay, so what were we talking about? Yes, being aware of that, of your emotional experience, and on a day-to-day basis, and deeming yourself worthy and your life worthy of honor, no matter what it looks like. And it, like, worthy of, even if it's boring, it's like, this is a worthy moment. This is a moment worthy of being fully present in. And it's just, that's like that sense of honoring your life, every moment of your life, as sacred, as good, as worthy. It doesn't have to feel sacred, like when you're in it. It feels so mundane sometimes. Being human feels so, again, with the numbness and the, if things aren't exactly how we want them to be, sometimes it can just feel boring and we just don't want to be a part of it. And we think it's like a throwaway moment. And that's the opposite of how you're being encouraged to feel about your life. Even if it feels like one of those throwaway moments, those boring moments, those nothing moments, you're there. Your soul is there. Your soul is not nothing. Your being is not nothing. You are beautiful and amazing and miraculous. And no matter what experience you're having, it's worthy of being present for. So that's your first message that came through. I'm going to go ahead and pull some tarot cards from the Floral Tarot and see what else comes through. That feels like a surface message, and then we'll dig a little deeper. So Winnie doesn't come in all the readings. So I like to tell, when she does come in, I like to tell you that there could be spirit animals that are wanting to speak to you right now and wanting to be present for you right now. So open up to those, the messages that want to come through, or even the animals in your life that you have in your life. are here just telling you they're here with you, they love you, and they believe. It's almost making me like that moment of like, my life is worthy of being present for it. Like, animals are present for every moment of their own lives. So it is kind of like living like a dog or a cat in a way. Like, I'm just here, I'm in the moment, and this is a worthy moment, even if I'm just laying here or doing nothing. Okay, let's see what else is coming through. What does group number 3 need to hear in terms of their dreams being possible? And yeah, what do they need to hear? Let's see. 3 of Cups, okay. The High Priestess. The 9 of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune. The 3 of Swords. Temperance. And the 5 of Cups. Okay. So your message is one of healing. Group number 2 was really focused on this as well. So what this is telling me is that your inner journey of healing and learning how to be okay with your life, learning how to feel content in your life and happy with your life, and in your being and in your soul and your experience, is very important when it comes to your dreams becoming reality. Because even when you're creating something in the physical world, like say you want to, your own home, like you want to buy a home or you want to travel. These are beautiful, amazing things to do and create in the world. But if you aren't centered within your own being and able to find happiness or contentment, or at least okayness with where you're at any point in your life, if you're not able to experience that, then when these things come into your life, you might not be able to fully either enjoy them or embrace them or experience them. So this is about you experiencing your life fully, no matter what it is, so that when your dreams come true, you are already in that state of experiencing your life fully. So when the beautiful, amazing reflections of your soul are reflected back at you in the physical world, you're able to be immersed in it, and the joy that they evoke, and the color and the light and the expansion, the adventure that they evoke is going to be powerfully experienced in your being. So whatever, 5 of Cups is about disappointment. It's about, in the most mild form, it could be about like boredom with your life, or just kind of like being unhappy with the way things are, discontentment. And the extreme version, it's extreme disappointment and sadness. But it's this feeling of wherever you're at, fully experiencing those energies. And the more quickly we're able to experience all of it, just every bit of it, and just be with it and honor it, the more we're able to glean the lessons, and the more we're able to let it pass through us and integrate that and move forward and move on. So grounding yourself, being present with the day-to-day, the excruciating details and minutia of the boring times of your life. If you're at the standstill, be with the standstill and be with the simple things. There's something so like potent here for you. You're on such fertile ground for such a beauty to burst through for you, like a new awareness of what it means to be human. And you're being encouraged to embrace that. The standstill is here for a reason. And this boringness and this, or numbness or whatever it is here for a reason. And there's something that's like so amazing, that the color and beauty and whatever it is, it's just ready to just be awakened within you. And so even in the most mundane of experiences, there is this joy and this you're on fertile ground, and it may not seem like it. It may seem barren, but it's not. Under the surface of things, there's so much going on. You're being called into your intuition. You're being called into your inner world. With the Wheel of Fortune being here, the tides are turning. Things are changing. Under the surface, things are moving. It's making me think of a plant where everything starts out like the seed is starting to root and everything is like, and don't they say like bamboo grows underneath? I think I got that from Kino Tarot, actually. I think she's mentioned it in readings before, but bamboo grows under the surface for like years and years and years, and then it shoots up, and then it shoots up like crazy. And so it's kind of that feeling. There's so much that has been moving and going on under the surface that it only looks like a standstill. Like with this, this image here, there's a, what is that called? A pelican walking through the water. And the water looks so still, like nothing's going on. But underneath the surface, there's a whole ecosystem and just life happening underneath there. Yeah, you've got, and so much healing has been happening for you in this space. So much inner shifting. There's so much potential here for an internal shift that is so necessary. It almost feels necessary for the creation of the dreams that you're calling in. Like, okay, you're trying to manifest something in the outer world, but little do you know or realize just how much this inner healing is playing into that. Like, this is something that is absolutely 100% necessary for your highest good and for the good of your manifestations. So, and you'll know, like, you have to trust in that. You have to trust that this internal shift is incredibly, whoops, okay. Winnie's done now. 1 second. It was like she was all of a sudden like, okay, we're good. I'm good. Yeah, you have to trust that this internal shift is necessary when it comes to this manifestation journey you're on. And maybe that's part of the motivation, like that will move you forward. So yeah, there's some under the surface stuff that's going on that is wild. I feel like there's so much, like you're experiencing like this surface level, like what you perceive as nothingness happening when, like, oh my God, like, there's a whole world being created under the surface for you. And it, like, I'm seeing, like, it, to me, it's, I'm seeing the earth, I'm seeing, you know, an ecosystem and something happening under in the ground in a way. But when I'm witnessing it, like, I'm seeing all this color, like I'm seeing a snake, like I'm seeing like this ecosystem of little bugs and roots growing and light and sparks of light happening. I'm seeing entire worlds being created under the surface. And so this is something that I want to say you have access to witness it, because we have the High Priestess here. And maybe that's interesting. I'm curious why the High Priestess is surrounded by the Three of Cups and the Nine of Swords. Because Nine of Swords is about fears. Three of Cups is about like people, groups of people who you're socializing with. And okay, so I actually just took a long break, and I just wanted to mention that in case my energy is different all of a sudden. I was tapping into, and I did go back and listen to the beginning of this reading just so I can tap back into what I was channeling. But I was moving into this space, and this is where I feel called to go, this High Priestess surrounded by the Three of Cups and the Nine of Swords. And there's something about the environment around you and the people around you and the fears that are incorporated within that environment, as far as other people's fears or your fears in regards to the people around you, that might be fogging up or clouding up your ability to see and connect to source in a way, connect to the roots of your manifestation, this beautiful world that is being created unbeknownst to you underneath the surface. So But there is a message here that you absolutely have access to what's going on underneath the surface, and you can glimpse into that at any point in time that you wish to, through meditation, through physical exercise, ways in which you calm your mind, ways in which you get into a meditative state in general, whatever that may be for you. There is through that, there is a way to catch a glimpse of what is happening under the surface, and seeing it all, and knowing and feeling that things are changing, things are moving. And that's something that you've always had access to. And there is a message to go ahead and make that intention to witness what it is that's really happening, so that you can renew your faith and deepen into your faith that change is on the horizon, that things are shifting for you. Like the Wheel of Fortune is telling me everything. The tides are turning. What goes down must come up, and you're on the up. And the healing you've been walking through has been this necessary, powerful, alchemical process that has been shifting your entire being so that you can align with the beauty and the power that you're meant to embody on this world, on this earth, in your being, in your body. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards from the Flower Child Tarot and see what else we get. What else does group number 3 need to hear about their dreams coming true and the possibility of their dreams coming true? What messages need to come through for them? We have Strength, Three of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Five of Swords, and the Devil. Okay. I feel like 2 more tarot cards want to come through, or 3 more, and I'll pull those here in a bit. But I want to channel the messages of these cards right now. You know what? Okay. With the Five of Wands being in the center, and this message over here that we picked up on when it came to the energies and people surrounding you and the fears inherent within your social dynamics, filtering your ability to see what's really going on under the surface, we have that message reiterated up here in these cards in kind of a different way. There is a message here that competing energies that you've been surrounding yourself with have been causing inner conflict. So too many hands in the fire. It's been playing on insecurities. It's been playing on parts of you that you haven't fully integrated yet. So it's prone to being swayed by other people's energies or other energies in general. So part of this process feels like you learning what is your energy and what is another's energy, and strengthening, like finding that inner strength and inner knowing of who you truly are, what you truly stand for, and learning how to be unapologetic about it, and to disregard maybe not fully and well, you're not, that's the thing, you haven't been wholly disregarding other people's energies. They've been affecting you. That's what this is telling me. They've been affecting your journey of belief in possibilities in your life, belief in your dreams coming true, and other people's limitations, other people's ways, like Three of Pentacles. It's coming through in an interesting way because normally Three of Pentacles is about like collaboration, but this Three of Pentacles is giving me the message of there are too many people who have their beliefs of like certain, like the way in which certain things can come to pass in the world, when it comes to work in particular, when it comes to manifesting money or like a career or some sort of work or project or artistic endeavor, like whatever it may be. There's too many energies and input and ways of thinking that have fogged up your pure crystal clear vision of how you want to move forward in your life, and you've allowed it to. And the thing about this is you're you're realizing that you've been allowing this, and you're finally deciding not to let it interfere with your manifestation process anymore. You are ready to believe in yourself, believe in your way, and move forward confidently and fully in that way, despite external ways of being, attitudes, projections, like constructs that have been placed on you, expectations that have been placed on you, misunderstandings that have been placed on you. You're moving forward in your pure vision, in the actions you feel called, solely you on your own particular journey, because no journey is like yours, in the way that you feel called to move forward on it. And you're not letting these outer energies affect you anymore. And the healing journey, the healing element to all of this, is that this has been a part of you. You moving forward in the world and being so swayed by your external circumstances, the people around you, the culture, being so sensitive to the pressures that are put on you by the world around you, that no longer is going to be the case, no matter what situation you're in. So while in certain circumstances it can be a really beautiful thing where you're surrounded by amazing people who uplift you and support your vision, in other circumstances it can be detrimental when you're around people who don't understand your vision or who have more limited viewpoints. So what we're doing here is we're developing an inner sense of discernment of where it feels good to let external energies support us and uplift us, and where external energies are reflecting back our authentic nature and our authentic intentions, and where they are competing with it, where they are contradictory to it. And we are able to discern between these, and we are able to shut out the energies that are not supportive to us, that do not serve our highest good, our highest vision, and the potency and purity of our truth and what we want to create in the world. And then the energies that are reflecting back to us that sovereignty and that freedom and that belief in who we are, that understanding in who we are, or at least, at the very least, a willingness to learn how to understand, and a flexibility and like allowing you to be who you are, and a curiosity there. That's the energy we're letting inside of our world and in our hearts and our being and our soul, and what affects us and what helps to dictate how we move in the world. We're just discerning. This has been an entirely learning experience for that, and healing experience for that inner discernment to take shape inside of us. So really beautiful process that's been going on inside of us throughout all of this. And yeah, amazing. I did pull a few extra tarot cards, and let's see what those are. So that makes sense. Queen of Swords is literally about discernment. So that is a confirmation to the message I just said. We have the Emperor. Oh my God, this is you in your strength and your power, feeling secure in your being, knowing who you are, able to direct and influence the energies around you with power and confidence, knowing how to create what you want to create in this world, and know it's secure in your creation. And it's limitless and infinite, and the possibilities are infinite. Wow. Oh my God. I love this. Because those cards that came out first, it was like, whoa, damn, these are some rough energies. But yeah, we've got the Queen of Cups. This is you emotionally balanced. This is you in this compassionate, understanding, loving, nurturing energy. This is you feeling safe to be exactly who you are in your emotional energy, in your vulnerability, in realizing and witnessing the power of your truth. And there's a feeling of being confident in your softness, being able to exist in your softness and your gentleness, and exist within the inherent power of that, and being a representative, or like a kind of a role model, like what's the right word? Being an example of someone who's resting in their softness confidently, and an example of someone who is exuding a powerful softness that is untouchable by the world around it. It's hard to put into words. You're an example of someone who relentlessly believed in their birthright to exist in their powerful softness in the world. That's the best way I can put it. I don't know how else to put that. So I hope that lands. And then the Page of Pentacles. Okay. There's this feeling of, from this place, this new plateau that you found yourself on, and this confidence and this power and this inner strength and discernment, you being able to step into this fresh, new energy, new inspiration coming through for artistic projects, for career opportunity, like whatever it is you're manifesting and creating in the physical world, like your work in general. It could be work that you do to, like, philanthropic work that you do to make the world better, art, again, music, whatever it is you do with your hands, something like that. It's new inspiration and new ideas, and feeling so powerful to create from this new, fresh place. And there's a whole new horizon ahead of you. And if you've been feeling stagnant when it comes as well to inspiration or art or music or whatever it is you're into, when it comes to like having to have inspirational energy coming through and having to channel that, if you've been feeling stagnant, that's going to end. The stagnancy feeling is going to end, and we're going to be in this whole new, like, this new level of inspiration is coming through. So if you think back to times when you felt more inspired and excited and like riding that wave of creativity, it's like another level of that. It's something brand new that still feels so authentic to who you are, and you feel so powerful and grounded and rooted in it, and you know it's gonna be something that changes the world for the better, and you're ready to put something new out there. You're ready to speak your voice and your energy and your work into the world. And yeah, that's where you're headed. So really beautiful reading. I'm not sure if there's anything else to add to it. I hope this landed. It felt like a journey as I was channeling it, so I know it was a little all over the place, but I'm hoping and praying that it landed in this cohesive, beautiful way for you. Thank you so much for being here. I really feel honored to channel this message for you. If you'd like to be supported by me in a more deep way, I do have a Patreon. I offer 2 pick a flower readings per month on there. One is internally focused, which is about your healing journey, your connection to yourself, and the other one is externally focused, which is more about what you're manifesting in the world. And with the internal reading, every month I offer an in-depth infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing. And then if I feel called to put anything else in there, I will. But yeah, if you feel called to that, there's a link down below. If you'd like to leave me a tip / buy me a coffee, there's a link down below for that as well. If you'd like to check out my merchandise, it is my Bee and Flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human." I also have another YouTube channel. It is called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form if you are interested in checking into that. So everything's down below. Anything I have to offer is down below if you want to check any of that out. Thank you so much for being here. I am honored by your presence, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, my lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and I deliver the messages and frequencies you need to align to your most authentic and abundant soul nature and path. So for today's reading, we are doing a pick a flower reading with the prompt, "Your dreams are possible, and here's why." So that prompt is the door that we open to walk through, to hear and receive the messages that want to come through for you. I am wide open to the message that wants to come through, and we'll see, right? So you chose the pastel pink carnation, and I am doing channeled messages from the flowers today, so let's see what she has to say to you. Right off the bat, I'm getting a very like a breath of fresh air, a calming breath is coming through. like a grounding kind of energy, a feeling of safety, a feeling of calm, pride and power is coming through. There's this message that's coming through that's feeling as though it's coming from Mother Earth. So I'm going to channel this message through this flower as if it's from Pachamama, Mother Earth. So I am your nurturing guidance. I am your safe haven. I am the love that you were born of and from. We are one. You are of me, I am of you, and we are one. I will always be here to support you, nurture you, feed you, love you, guide you, heal you, and keep you safe. Please do not worry about what is going on in the world. Please know that your safety is truth. Your freedom and sovereignty are truth, and no one can take away your inherent power. No energies, no systems, nothing. I am more powerful than any entity or human structures could ever be. And I am here for you always. Okay, so the feeling that came through is this feeling that the earth is more powerful than what is going on in the world. For instance, world leadership and what's going on there, systems of power and control. There's this feeling of the earth is more powerful than all of that. And she will fight for us. She will fight for our sovereignty, our safety, our wholeness, our balance. There's this feeling of, and it's strange to say because it's kind of ironic, because some of the systems of power and control that are being put in place or that are put in place are literally preserving ways of being that are detrimental to the earth herself. But she knows, it's like this feeling of she knows that most of her children do not subscribe to that and would prefer to see her in harmony and work with her in harmony. And there's this feeling of her fighting to protect us, which is ironic because there are those of us fighting to protect her. And it's reciprocal in a way. So that's an interesting thought, that the earth is fighting to protect us, even though our very species is hurting her in a way. But it's just like, there's just like sentience to her and her knowing and her love for us, that we're worth saving in a way, or we're worth fighting for. So I kind of love that. It makes me realize again that the divine is in the earth, and earth is born of love, and we are born of that very same love, and we're fighting to protect each other, and that's what we can do, And yeah, there's just this fighting spirit coming through, this powerful fighting spirit, like to the death, like we are gonna fight for love and fight for harmony and fight for balance. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so you chose this oracle card from the Gateway Oracle, and you got Receiving from Angels. Shimmering wings of angels embrace me with love. Yeah, this energy of protection, energetic support, like being fought for, being so very loved and protected, by beings that are much greater than us, beings of great power. There's again the message of God is more powerful than anybody who's trying to wield their power on earth and who are detrimental to other humans or to the earth herself. God is more powerful, and the earth is more powerful. So there's a communion and connection that wants to come in, with our connection to the divine and to the earth. And there's a listening and a reciprocal energy that wants to be evoked within your being and within that relationship. And that's going to guide you into like safe haven. That's an interesting, like safe haven, safety, guide you into protection, guide you into exactly what it is you're meant to do to carry on the good, like to carry on the good fight. And there's a sense of protection around it and there's a message that not all people are on the front lines, not all people are putting their lives at risk, for instance, but there is this inherent quality of, like I said, to the death of like, I am willing to do what it takes to fight for what's right. And a lot of time, what it takes doesn't mean putting our lives in danger. It just means being willing to go the distance and knowing what we're fighting for. So that's really beautiful. There's a Aquarian energy here, rebellious energy, a fighting for what's right, like a activism kind of coming through. And there's a soft activism, like a protected activism, a knowing you're safe and standing up for what you believe in and feeling safe throughout that process. So that's really beautiful. Okay. And this is a reading of talking about your dreams coming true. And for this group, one of your dreams is to protect the earth and protect humanity from energies and intentions and agendas that are are self-serving and diminishing of people in the earth. So yeah, okay, so I'm going to pull some more oracle. We've got the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So the people in this group, it feels as though whatever you're doing in the world is a type of activism and is a way in which you are fighting against systems that seek to quench individual sovereignty and freedom and health, in a way, like health of the earth, health of the human, of the soul. And it, again, like activism doesn't have to look like this frontline, going to rallies kind of thing. It can be so many different things. Like the first thing that's coming to my mind is like whenever all of the narratives that are being spewed out are seeking to wrap people up in fear, a way of rebelling against that is to live in peace with intention. You can still remain aware of what's going on, but choose peace. And that in itself is rebellion. That is saying, no, I choose peace, I choose sovereignty, I choose freedom, and nothing is going to steal that away from me. Yeah. We'll see where the rest of this reading goes, but this is definitely an initial energy that some of you need to hear. Okay, group number 4. And even the number 4 is about security. And there is this, again, protection and security surrounding you. You're safe in what you are choosing to do. Simplicity flew out, and that was here for group number 3. And I love the feather on it. It is reminding me again with this receiving from angels. You've got so many angels surrounding you. You've got so much angelic energy just supporting you and protecting you. You are safe. Aw, you've got abundance. Aw, I love that. The message so far is like your rebellion against a society that is basically like fear-mongering or like, yeah, like your rebellion is to live in abundance and freedom. And you're going to do that. We've got patience and trust. Okay. The way in which you're going to live in peace is to exist in the knowing that whatever's going on around you that has the image or appearance of things crumbling or of just negative things happening in the world is your existence in a state of being and knowing that what we're witnessing is the crumbling of an old cycle and that last bit of clinging to it. So it's very much in your face, and it's scary because the control that's wanting to be exerted around the change that's meant to happen within our like human species. And I'm coming from, I live in the United States, so I'm witnessing this power shift. I'm witnessing some scary stuff going on where rights and sovereignty is being removed from people, from certain people, I'll say that. And it's scary to witness. And there's this acknowledgement that just what we're witnessing is the crumbling of I just said it. I don't know how else to put it, but the crumbling of the old and the clinging to the old. So the reason why there's such a strong, tight grasp to the old, and there's like this erasure of the change that has the progress and the change that has been made so far, or this want to erase it by people in power. There is this message of they can try, but they won't succeed. The progress is more of a soul-based progress, and there's nothing you can, there's no way you can control soul growth. And this growth is already on its way, and it's more powerful than, you can try to control it, but it's futile. Resting in that knowing and that peace of this new earth being created and being a part of that is going to be the vehicle which moves you through. There's a message that it's not irresponsible to rest in that knowing and to rest in that peace. In fact, it's an inherent part of the creation of that peace. It's an inherent part of the creation of that new earth energy, that new world that's being created where people have rights and personal sovereignty is key. And the old inevitably is dying out. It's inevitable. So if we don't have this higher awareness of what really is going on, if we're not able to scale out and see the big picture, then we are going to get lost in the fear and the fear of it all, like the frustration of it all, the anger, the whatever the energies that are coming up in you when you witness what is going on in the world that is unjust. If we're not able to scale out and see the big picture of it and know that in the end love wins, how will we make it through? Your peace is your activism, is your rebellion. Okay, that's the main first message here. I hope I wasn't too redundant in that. Yeah, we're gonna dig into the tarot from the Floral Tarot and see what else comes through. And by saying your peace is your activism, I'm not saying don't take action. I'm just kind of like extending this permission to allow yourself to experience peace within all of it, because that's necessary just as much as processing emotions around it and existing in, letting yourself be a part of the anger, the fear, or whatever it is, and the acknowledgement of the atrocity that might be taking place in front of you. So that finding that balance, and letting your soul ultimately rest in that peace. Good news. And it like trust, patience, simplicity, abundance. Like it feels like there is good news in the world. Like look for the good news. Seek it out. Seek out the positive, beautiful things that are happening in the world. And see that progress and growth overall, ultimately for humanity, is happening. Like renew your faith in that way. Seek out people who are making a positive difference in the world and who are doing it with strength and conviction and are doing it even if they do face adversity within that. Seek out those energies and be a part of groups and cultures that are doing that. And realize that it's more powerful than anything else. Anything that tries to control. Love is more powerful. Okay. The Tower. Wow. This is, I want to say, at least in 3 of the 4 readings today, the Tower has come out. And like, come on, I literally just said the old is crumbling. And that's what this is. That's what we're witnessing. And we're witnessing energies that are just clinging so much to the past and clinging so much to control and comfort because they are so afraid of change, afraid of anything that makes them uncomfortable or feel unsafe. Like that's what we're witnessing. And it's inevitable. The tower is already crumbling. The tower is already on fire. It's unstable. It's not going to last. Like all empires eventually will fall. So yeah, that's the energy. That's the vibe. Okay, I'm going to keep pulling cards. 7 of Cups. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I like that there are 2 little rabbits in there. That's cute. Queen of Wands. Temperance. King of Wands. What? I love that. That's cool. I love that we have Temperance in the middle and then the King and Queen of Wands surrounding. That's really cool. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles, the long game. Yes, like we're looking at the long game. We're participating in the long game of humanity here. We can't get wrapped up into world events. We can't get wrapped up into the things that are happening that are wanting almost to spiral us into fear or whatever it may be. What we can do is we can see everything from that bigger picture and stand in our peace, stand in our truth, let it transform us. Temperance is about transformation and alchemy. Let witnessing the world around you transform you into someone who believes in the bigger picture and believes in love and who takes action in a balanced and powerful and beautiful way, and who feels confident in who they are, who feels confident in what they're doing in the world, who knows that they're going to be okay. And who knows they're building something sustainable. 10 of Pentacles is this long-term, sustainable legacy in a way. And it more so feels like it's the legacy of humanity. It's like the legacy of what we're creating as a species. And it is one of love. It's one of grace. It's one of overcoming. Union, like... it's one of, coming together. It's one of acceptance and full expression and color and beauty. And then the Fool. So, I'm really seeing this new... It's interesting that we have the Tower and then at the end over here we have the Fool. It's making me... It's that new beginning energy. It's humanity on a new journey. And that's where we're existing. We're existing in the new. We're existing in the building of the new. And we're relentlessly doing that. And that's what we're doing with our lives. And we're able to see through the veil of everything that is going on. There are like that energy of the fall, that energy of things crumbling, and all of the fear that comes with that. People can get swept up into that, you know, and maybe sometimes we might accidentally get swept up in it too when we're, you know, being brave and looking at what's going on and being aware of what's truly happening around us, you know. But yeah, again, ultimately we'll know what to do when the time is right. We know what, like, it's coming from this beautiful place of love, and we know what to do we know what kind of activism we're participating in, and we know how we want to do it. And we know that even if what we're doing isn't like directly speaking to the world events or the things that are going on, we're creating something beautiful in this world. We're creating something powerful that is going to leave a legacy of love and change in a good way. And that in itself is this beautiful activism that challenges the status quo, that resists all of the things that we're against, like that resists and overcomes the powers of control, force, and hate. What we create naturally does that. And that doesn't require us to exist in a state of fear or feeling like we're fighting all the time. We can exist in a state of calm love and know that it speaks for itself. Whew. Not to say that there isn't a place for the fight, that there isn't a place for the front lines, the true, like the resistance doesn't need that, or that some of you might be called to that at one point through protesting, through using your voice and standing up for something you believe in, even when you'll get backlash, for facing those scary energies or those negative energies with strength and conviction and walking towards what you believe in. Those times might be there, but that's not all it is. Those times are small compared to your legacy of power and love that you are able to create in this world. And they're small compared to the overarching theme of your life and the overarching ability of you to be able to exist in peace and freedom and love. You are not of the world. You are of God and the earth. And again, they are more powerful than what's going on in the world and what's going on within human consciousness collectively. And there are spaces collectively within the human consciousness that are existing right here with you in this power and in this confidence and knowing that things are changing not for the worse, but for the better ultimately. And so those are the energies and the collective energies to tap into. They're out there. Again, look for the good news. Look for the people making positive change. Look for the people with hope and plug into that energy. That's going to help you through this. Because for you, and again with the dreams come true prompt, your dream is to see a healthy and happy world, a world free of suffering, a world where everyone is free to be fully themselves and with no hate, no fear of hate or fear of backlash of just by being yourself, where everyone can exist in color and freedom. That is one of your dreams, and walking towards that can be a beautiful and loving and positive experience. It doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be a war. So yeah, so beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to pull some cards from the Flower Child Tarot and see what else we get. What else does group number 4 need to hear right now? Your dreams can come true, and here is why. What else needs to be said here? Aw, see, you got the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is a dreams come true, emotional fulfillment, happy home, peaceful energy in life. You can be a part of the resistance and still live a happy life. That's your message. Your happy life is your rebellion against some of the negative things that are happening on earth. Eight of Pentacles. Yes, there's a sense of, oh, 3 of Cups. Which there is a little bit of nudity on that, just in case I don't know if how strict YouTube is with that stuff, but anyway, so, ooh, one more card, at least one more for now. Ooh, High Priestess. Actually, one more than that. And then we have Judgment. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna put the Judgment card up here. Okay. You do have a work, you do have a calling. You have a calling to show up for in the world, to make the world a better place. You have something to fight for, and there are people who are on board as well. Like, there is a collective group of people on this earth, no matter how small or large it may be. It's a collective energy. Your calling is collective. So what you are called to do in this world, and whatever's coming to your mind when I say this, or your heart when I say this, other people have been called as well. It's meant to be a collective pursuit. And when you walk towards your calling and you work towards your calling, you will be put naturally, you will attract and be put in places around people who are on board, and there is power in numbers, and you're not alone. Like, you're not alone. You have so much to offer, and when you come together with this group of people, you're going to feel so supported and so powerful, and even less fearful of being an active agent for change. There are so many of you that want the same things and are called to the same things and are taking action towards the same things. There's a call to follow your intuition and your spirit. The biggest dreams you have for humanity, like the biggest things you see that you want to, okay. So for instance, I'll take this, sorry. So one of my dreams, I'm just giving you an example. One of my dreams is to see the prairie restored. I live in Illinois, and this is called, quote, the prairie state. And when, like 100 years ago, it was covered in prairie land. And it was like millions of acres of prairie land. And now it is like, I can't remember the numbers, but I do have a video about it called Letter to the Prairie on my Soul Harken YouTube channel if you want to look at it. But the amount of prairie land left is horrible. It's like it's so sad. It's like tiny little acres here and there, like a couple acres here and there, or like 15 acres at most, like in little spots. It's like nothing compared to what was. It's all commercial farmland that's being sprayed by fucking, excuse my language, pesticides. chemicals. So I'm living currently, and I'm not staying here because I literally can't, my soul will die, but I'm living in a small town surrounded by corn. And so every year, like, nature is decimated here. All there is like little patches of woods, and it's usually if it's just because it's water, because it's around water and they can't plant crops, you know? It's very frustrating and very saddening. And when a few years ago, I like kind of had this awakening around it. And sorry, I'm rambling on, but I'm passionate about this, you know? And I had this awakening and I just like mourned for what was the prairie that was there. Like, it's nothing now. And, where am I going with this? Sorry, I got on a tangent. Now I don't even know where I'm going. So what was my point? So, oh yes. So that is just me. And I want to witness and see the prairie being restored. And it would be amazing. And obviously I know for a fact that the entirety or most of the prairie being restored is not going to happen in my lifetime. I know that. But I would love to be able to see it, the ball getting rolled, you know? Like, I'd love to be able to see that and to participate in a part of that. And I know that there are other people out there who have that same dream, in particular for the prairie land. I mean, there are people out there who want to save forests or the rainforest. You know, there are like so many people who have called it specific, interesting things. And mine in particular is the prairie. You know, that's something I want to be a part of. I love the prairie. Like, in the prairie preserves that happen to be around here, I am in love with the prairie. I am in love with the wildflowers, the grass, the animals, the bugs, the birds, the noises. Like, I'm in love with it. And it's so beautiful. And I just want to see it restored. Like, the thing is you can't really get it back to where it was. Maybe one day it will naturally get to that point after we've restored it and done what we can do. But that's the sad part. It will be very difficult to get it back to where it was. But anyway, I think you understand my point. It's just, there are other people who have this vision, and you are so meant, even though the vision is huge, you are so meant to walk towards that vision even in the littlest ways, like step by step by step. You know, like 8 of Pentacles is about that step by step mastery, and that, yeah, like slowly and steadily becoming adept at something or building something. And whatever this dream is of yours, this vision that you see for the earth and for the people, please don't give up on it just because it seems big or it seems like you don't have support, because you do. There are other people called to it. So walk towards it, please. Please, please, please walk towards it. There's a message to plug into your intuition, plug into your inner knowing, stay connected to your inner knowing, stay connected to your connection to the divine. That is going to be your rock and your strength throughout your life. There's this fighting spirit coming through, and a knowing of, you know, being on earth, yes, is meant to be an experience of love, an experience of dreams come true and manifesting your dreams, creating and living in abundance. But it's also, there's a mission here, you know, there is purpose here. This earth has issues we're meant to confront and heal. And we're meant to rebuild, and we're meant to grow, and we're meant to face what we're confronted with and do our best to change things for the better by following and plugging into that connection to the divine and following our intuition and believing in it and knowing that we can do great things. And venturing into new territory, venturing into territory that's kind of scary. And doing it anyway because it's the right thing to do. And realizing it's the only worthy thing to do with our lives. Otherwise, why are we here if we don't have some sort of purpose to make life better? So my thing that I mentioned was just the prairie, right? Your thing could be helping children to feel balanced in who they are and their identity. Or your thing can be like a certain animal that you've fallen in love with that's on the verge of endangerment, and you fighting for that one particular animal, or fighting for trans rights or gay rights, or fighting for women's rights, like whatever it may be, like for you in particular that you feel called to. You're one piece of the puzzle. You can't do it all, but you can do the one thing your spirit and soul feels called to. So do it. Intend to do it. Take those steps. Follow your intuition, and know that every little thing you do counts towards this. And you have all of this backing, this spiritual support. And again, you'll find yourself around the people who have the same dream as you when you just take those steps towards it. And it's about the dream. It's not about you. It's about the bigger picture. It's about the thing that wants to happen through you, not you making the thing happen. It's not about you. It never was. You're just a part of it all. I mean, that sounds kind of like it's not about you, but I think the message is just realize that it's more important to work towards this common, beautiful goal to heal humanity and the earth than to have your own recognition of what you've done. You know, it's not about ego. It's something bigger than that. All right. Anything else wants to come through? I want to pull another card from the Gateway Oracle. That was the original Oracle card that we had. Just one more card and we'll see. We'll see what comes through. Okay, hearing messages from Spirit. I am a clear channel for messages from Spirit. So your connection to the divine is really, really being called upon now. Your connection to the divine, whatever that means to you, how you connect to the divine, how you connect to your higher self, the universe, the earth, whatever it may be, you're being called to surrender to something greater than you and to humble yourself to something greater than you, and to hear the messages that are being sent in to you from this higher power, this higher part of you, this bigger picture part of you, and listening to it and feeling it and connecting to it and feeling resonant. Find like when it pings as resonant to your soul nature and who you really are and what you're called to do and your signature that you're meant to leave on this planet. When that rings true, doing what you can to embody that in the world and take little action steps here and there, even if in the beginning it's more about like writing it down, journaling it out, sinking it, letting it sink into your being. I want to do this. I want to walk in this direction. I want to see this happen. You know, letting it come in is really important. Letting the vision and the dream come to you. You're not creating the vision. The vision is coming to you, and you're witnessing it and you're aligning with it in this authentic, beautiful way that is unique to your soul nature. So yeah. All right. Yeah, that's really beautiful. I love that. Okay. That's it. That's it. That's your message. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Group number 4. This is a really lovely message that I'm honored to channel for you. If you'd like to be supported by me in a more in-depth way, I do have a Patreon. On my Patreon, I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month. One is more internally focused, which is more about your healing journey and your connection to the self. With that reading, I do offer an infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing every month. The other reading is more externally focused, which is more about your manifestation journey, your life purpose, kind of like this one. Energies like what you're creating in the world around you, your relationships, that kind of thing. So if you're interested in that, there's a link down below. I also have really cute merchandise. It has my bee and flowers logo on it with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human." If you'd like to leave me a tip / buy me a coffee, there's a link down below for that. And I also have another YouTube channel. It is called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form if you'd like to check that out. Again, everything is listed down below if you'd like to see ways in which I can support you or you can support me in return. Thank you again so much for being here. I'm honored by your presence and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye.